Okay, so that's backside blunt slides. That's a quick rundown. Now I'm gonna give you a slightly different rundown on frontside blunt slides. A lot of times you're gonna find when it comes to frontside and backside, the information that you are given is not interchangeable. The reason is, when you skate something frontside and all your body weight is like behind the front of your feet, it's a whole different like concept to shuffle that direction. Also, when I'm skating something frontside, it's right here. It's to my front side. There's no guessing. There's no, how am I gonna get into it? Where do I put my feet? You know exactly. Backside, a lot of times, it's more blind. It's harder.
Yeah.
But I think that backside blunt slide's a little bit easier to learn than frontside blunt slide, even though the person who's filming this right now only does front blunts. But he did learn back blunts today, so.
I guess.
So front blunt, same thing, similar angle. But the big difference here is when you do back blunts, I think you have to kind of stand it up. You can't really get away with letting it sag. Front blunts, sometimes you can get away, a little bit more playroom. And the other thing is when you do a back blunt, your body is already lined up to slide, but front blunt, you have to change your upper body because you are sliding backwards. So you need to lock in. Same thing, you want to grind this base plate right here. That's what you want to be on the rail. The only thing about that thing, ignore your tail. Your tail does nothing. You're going to put that on there and look over your shoulder. So if you're regular, you're going to look over your left shoulder. If you're goofy, you're going to look over your right shoulder. And that is super important because if you don't, if you just ollie and Hail Mary like that, that kind of raises the chances of this weird loop out thing that can possibly happen. I've never had it happen to me, but I'm so good. No, I mean, it's just like there's a possibility of looping out if you don't look over your shoulder. Also, it will make you go to fakie. So if you lock in like this and I don't look over my shoulder, if you can look this way and still somehow come out to regular, you're really, really talented at skating. I don't know what to say. So same thing, come in at a similar angle, like kind of go super sharp and just stall it first. This one's actually easier to get in than the backside one, but it's a little bit harder to do. I know that's counterintuitive, but it's like, let me rephrase. It is scarier to get into, but easier to do, which is kind of the theme for a lot of tricks. I think front board slides are easier to do, but they're just more scary. So yeah, stall a couple from the side. It is also important when you stall it, don't just like tap. Don't be like click and then ollie over. Like stand on it for like a half a Mississippi if you can. Just go slow and just give it a nice and then from there, we're gonna try to slide them. Notice how I look over my shoulder. Get that upper body kind of cockeyed. Upper body's gotta be still this way.
Woo! Wow, the pop out on this, man.
So, one quick little piece of information for both the front side and backside blunt slides. You've never heard me talk about tail slides. Over rotating is key to make it slide. So if you're getting into front blunts and you're sticking, that means you're probably under rotating, which means your front wheel, the wheel closest to the end of the rail, is putting more pressure on the rail than your back wheel. You want the opposite. You want your back wheel to take the brunt of the pressure against the rail.
Kind of ease it in.
Because your body weight's gonna push it more like a power slide. For nose slides and nose blunts, it's the opposite. It's your back wheel you want. I mean, wait, is it your back wheel? It's your heel side wheel for backside, toe side for front side. But yeah, so for blunt slides, over rotate. So back blunt, over rotate closer to a front 180, and it'll make it easier to slide. The more vertical you lock, the better it is.
See, my problem is
you're ollieing over too much.
Yeah.
Put your body weight in the scary spot, and you'll be rewarded. There we go. That's a little bit more on the scary spot. Yeah. Still want your body weight on the other side of the rail, though. You got it right here. Oh, okay. That slid?
It slid back.
You went to fake it because you didn't look over your shoulder because you didn't listen to my trick tip tutorial information.
I think front board then.
Yeah, don't think front board. Think front blunt because a front board is not a front blunt. Oh, just kidding. Joke's on him. Front board and flump onto the exact same trick. I said front blunt. Oh, what? I love it when I can do a tutorial and then someone learns the trick on camera.
How you explain it was like less scary and awkward.
It's because it's less scary and awkward when I explain it.
Yeah.
That's why I make the big bucks.
Kind of just a.
He said once you're locked in, you can just throw it. And that's what's good about this trick. Once you're in the blunt, it's super safe. And that's really all there is to this trick. There's no way to think about this one any more than don't be scared to put your body weight on the scary spot, over rotate, get comfortable stalling it first, and then just have your way with it. It's honestly a very, very fun trick. It's kind of a crowd pleaser, but it's a legitimate trick. It's not a pressure flip. And yeah, I don't know. Go play with it, have some fun. I do suggest getting a flat bar much like this one. The more vertical you lock, the better it is.
See, my problem is
You're ollieing over too much.
Yeah.
Put your body weight in the scary spot, and you'll be rewarded. So yeah, I recommend definitely getting a keener Amsterdam for this, preferably the round one. Bluntslides do work on square rails, so if you have a square rail, you can do it on that. It's just going to be a little bit harder, especially if it's a fatter square. It's going to really want you to either lock in like an ollie over tail slide, which is not going to work well for you, or you're going to have to stand it up like a Bluntslides, like it's a ledge, which is just a lot more complicated, and you might accidentally get into a 180 switch crook, so that'd be cool. But ideally, round rails for Bluntslides. And until next time, thanks for watching.